What if I told you that training until failure, the point where you can no longer push out another rep, might not be necessary to build bigger muscles? In fact, you may get the same results by stopping just short of failure. Surprised? Well, you're not alone. Let's dive into why this might just be the key to a safer, more efficient workout. We've all seen it, those intense training sessions where the goal is to push our muscles to their absolute limits. The idea is simple: the more we push, the bigger we grow, right? For years, the mantra in fitness circles has been train to failure for maximum hypertrophy, the process of muscle growth. But what if that's not the whole story? What if there's a smarter way to approach it? The truth is, recent studies show that training to failure for hypertrophy may not be necessary at all. According to a study by Refalo et al., published in Sports Medicine in 2023, there's no clear evidence that training until muscle failure is superior to stopping a few reps short. In fact, the overall set volume, the total number of sets you do, appears to be far more important for building muscle than reaching failure every time. This challenges the belief that the more exhausted your muscles are at the end of each set, the bigger they'll grow. Interestingly, a study by Grgic et al. In 2022 found that training to failure doesn't necessarily improve muscle size or strength more than training just shy of failure. You still get great gains, just without the extreme fatigue or potential for injury. Here's where it gets interesting. Training to failure may even cause extra fatigue and muscle damage that isn't all that beneficial for growth. In fact, a study by Refalo in 2023 showed that training just shy of failure can actually reduce neuromuscular fatigue and muscle damage while still yielding similar hypertrophy results. More fatigue doesn't always mean more growth. If anything, training too close to failure too often can lead to burnout, especially if you're pushing hard in every single workout. Plus, stopping just short of failure means less wear and tear on the body, leading to quicker recovery. So how does stopping short of failure work? It has to do with training volume. Volume refers to the total amount of work you do, whether that's the number of sets or the total reps. Research shows that the total volume is a much stronger predictor of hypertrophy than just how close you get to failure. A study by Silva et al. In 2018 found that even lower repetitions, around 50% of what's possible, could actually lead to better neuromuscular performance, especially for older individuals. This tells us that for muscle growth, you don't always need to push until you can't do another rep. Even for younger, healthy individuals, training at moderate levels of intensity rather than always pushing to failure still delivers great results in terms of muscle size and strength. But there's one important exception to note: training status. If you're already an advanced lifter, reaching failure may still be useful. A study by Grgic et al. In 2022 suggests that highly trained individuals might benefit from training to failure for hypertrophy, since their bodies are adapted to handling greater stresses. For beginners and intermediates, though, you may want to avoid constantly training to failure. This is especially true if you're trying to avoid overtraining, improve endurance, or just want a safer, more sustainable way to grow your muscles over time. So how can we apply this in the gym? Let's say you're working on your bench press. Instead of pushing until you can't lift the bar another inch, stop just short of failure, say 1-2 reps before hitting that wall. That means you're still challenging your muscles enough to stimulate growth, but without going into the danger zone of excessive fatigue or risk of injury. Also, focus on increasing the volume gradually. Over time, you can add more sets or reps, which will help you build muscle more efficiently without the need for those grueling sessions of absolute failure. So, if you're looking to maximize your muscle gains while staying injury-free, remember this key takeaway: training to failure isn't required. In fact, sometimes stopping a few reps short could be the better option. Focus on volume, consistency, and smart intensity to see the best results. It's time to rethink how we train. Smarter, not harder. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the latest evidence on muscle growth, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Physio Hub, and drop a comment below about your experiences with training to failure. I'll see you in the next video.